John Bolton, the warmongering walrus who has got Trump derangement syndrome, who was in Trump's first cabinet. He was in his first administration. And he accused Trump of mishandling classified documents. Isn't it interesting, the same time that Trump was accused of mishandling classified documents and the FBI raided his home, Joe Biden also had boxes of classified documents in his garage. And they didn't prosecute him. You know why? Because they said, well, a D.C. Jury would never convict him. They'd feel sorry for him because he's demented. And so they didn't. But the FBI tried to prosecute Trump over classified documents, and it turns out they staged the crime scene. It was all just like Russiagate. It was manufactured, and so here we go. John Bolton he had his house raided by the FBI, Kash Patel, over the same kind of thing. But guess what? There's some more inside information we got from Steve Bannon's War Room about how this all came together. Here's the thing you don't know. Let's play it.
I actually have an exclusive report on all of this that I haven't even posted on Twitter yet. Came in just as I was coming in to get ready for the hit here. So this is what I'm getting. This is going to be a War Room exclusive here from Human Events. That CIA Director John Ratcliffe provided Kash Patel access to U.S. intelligence that served as the basis for the warrant to raid Bolton's house. So this is basically what we were thinking about, and this is an individual familiar is telling me this. They're saying Bolton disingenuously attacked Trump for mishandling classified information. It will go down as one of the most audacious and ironic acts of malice in political history. Bolton should have been throwing stones in his now raided glass house. And this was something, I think, Steve, you and I talked about it when John Bolton's book came out, that he was known for these yellow legal pads, that he would take notes during every single meeting that was going on when he was the national security advisor. And there were a lot of questions as to what exactly was the handling of those notes. Did those yellow legal pads make it home to him? And because there was a lot of information that was in there that also ended up in his book, which was publicized. And by the way, part of which was leaked to the New York Times, even went back to my own reporting on this, part of which was leaked to the New York Times before it even came out in publication. So there's a lot of questions about who leaked it in the first place. Was it leaked during that period where they're supposed to be scrubbing it for classified? And these yellow legal pads, what information did he take? Because classified information, here's a great example. So even if you don't have documents, if the information that you have written down on your documents is classified and you take your document home, that's still taking classified information out of a classified area. That's still taking it out of the SCIF. So if you're in a position like the Oval, if you're in the Situation Room, et cetera, you can't just take that home. And in fact, the information in your mind is still also classified. That's why you have a lifetime NDA. That's just the nature of classified information. So I know there's a lot of people who focus on documents. I'm certain I'm sure there's going to be documents that we're talking about here, but this is very clear. It's information that is classified, not a piece of paper.
So I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was information that's classified and not a piece of paper. So I didn't know about him taking the yellow pad and legal notes, copious notes, as they say. And so I was watching Stephen Gardner's show, who's been on my show a couple of times, and he said that he's heard that John Bolton has gotten a lot of money. He's gotten very wealthy recently, and nobody really knows where he's gotten that money from. And so the implication is that he was selling state secrets. Now, I don't know. I can't verify the veracity of that accusation, but I wouldn't put anything past John Bolton, a guy who likes to overthrow governments and make people's lives miserable and slaughter people for kicks. Like that's just his MO. So that was pretty interesting. That it was the head of the CIA, Ratcliffe, who gave the information to Kash Patel. I wonder what that was, and that he used to take these notes on these yellow legal pads, and you can't take that home. You can't do that. And it's just ironic that, and now people you see all over Twitter That's the only social media I go on. And people are saying like, oh my God, this is retribution. This is weaponization of the, like, where the F have you guys been for the last 5 years? This is what you're talking about? This is the problem? How about when Obama tapped every phone that in Trump's campaign? What was that on a BS thing where they had to lie to the FISA court so they could put a tap on Trump's phone, and they still couldn't catch him doing a crime? What about when they did 4 cases of lawfare? Again, how about when they raided Trump's house for the same thing? So, but it's only weaponization of the government when Donald Trump does it. Well, the problem here is that the Democrats opened the door for Donald Trump to do this sort of thing. And, he never did lock up Hillary Clinton. He never investigated her. He never raided her home. He never went through her email server. He never did any of that stuff. And people were freaking out just because he threatened to do that during the campaign, but he didn't. And then, so 4 years go by the Trump administration. He doesn't prosecute any of his political enemies, any of the people who were doing Russiagate, any of that stuff. And then all of a sudden, they can nonstop doing it to him, making up the most ridiculous charges to try to make sure he could. So that was the weaponization. And I'm not the first, but the Democrats are the ones who opened the door to this. And so now that's like a cry bully. Right? How dare you do what we've been doing to you for the last 8 years? How dare you? And again, you don't have to like Trump to see that this was a precedent set by the Democrats. So John Bolton, he may be the one guy that, because you have to try this case in Washington D.C., which is why they tried all those January 6th cases in DC, because the voting pool or the jury pool is, I think, somewhere around 80 or 90% Democrat. So the one guy I think that they could get a conviction on in DC would be John Bolton, that Trump is trying to prosecute. I mean, because Bolton's not a Democrat, and Bolton is wildly hated by everybody. So I think that this might have some legs. I thought it was funny how people just came out not funny, but it was very telling and revealing how partisan people are and how Trump deranged they are when they were saying that this is just political retribution. Well, do you know what they're looking for? Do you know what the evidence is? Do you know what he's even being charged? You don't know anything about anything. All you see is that this is happening. By the way, they raided everybody, all of Trump's lawyers' houses. They raided Trump's house in Mar-a-Lago. They raided Roger Stone at 3 a.m. This is not this. They set the precedence for this. They set the precedent for this. And so this is just, I don't know. There's got to be a term for what they're doing. I could say it's a cry bully, but yeah, talk about a double standard, talk about hypocrisy, talk about, again, Trump derangement syndrome never stopping. I thought everybody should be happy that somebody finally is going after John Bolton. John Bolton's been wildly and widely hated and despised since he was in the Bush administration. People used to boo him when he walked down the street. And so, no kidding. I read the newspaper reports of that when he was in the Bush administration. So he's very hated. He never met a country he didn't want to overthrow and steal their natural resources. So I think so that was pretty interesting information. I hadn't heard any of that, and I hope he goes to jail so badly. I hope he goes to jail. And I bet he did whatever they're saying he did. I don't think they would raid. I really don't think that they might, but I don't think that they would raid his house unless they had something on him. Unlike the previous administration, who actually raided Trump's house and planted evidence, which is what they staged the crime scene. It was staged, which is why that case got dismissed. Staged by who? The FBI. And so now Trump is in charge of the FBI, and they're going after John Bolton, who accused Trump of doing the exact thing he's being investigated for now. Of course he is. So fantastic. Hope he goes to jail. I hope everybody's enjoying it. So, most of the Trump administration, I'm not enjoying, but I'm enjoying parts of it. And this would be, I'm not going to deny myself the joy of just because I disagree with the other things that Trump is doing. Just because Trump bombed Iran and is continuing to fund a genocide in Gaza, I'm not going to let that rob me of the joy of watching John Bolton's house get raided and him get prosecuted. That would be if that guy ended up in jail, that would be so worth a lot. I wouldn't say everything, but it'd make up for a lot. It might even make up for the Epstein files. I don't know. I'm not saying it will, but it's really, that guy has been, a cancer on America since at least the Bush, and that's when I became aware of him. So now 25 years. So I would love to see something happen to that guy.
I agree, Jimmy. 100. When I first heard Bolton's home was raided, I was like, "Oh my God, you're kidding! Why would they raid Michael Bolton's home? Is his music?" Then I figured it out. I'm with you, Jim.
When a man loves a woman. I can't even think of a Michael Bolton song.
That was it. You got it. Yes.
Is that his song?
Yes.
I'm a be there. Isn't there a song like that?
I don't know, but I did. I did.
Yamo be there.
That's not him.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Yamo be there. I'm pretty sure that's a black singer.
Okay.
She's looking it up right now.
Look it up. Look it up right now.
Look it up.
While you're looking that up, you can look up coming to see me do stand-up comedy in Calgary, Vancouver. We only have the early show available now in Vancouver. Late show sold out. Go to and then we'll be in Edmonton. We'll be in Chicago, Appleton, Wisconsin. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. See you there. Microplastics are infiltrating every part of our lives. Scientists estimate we now consume a credit card's worth of plastic every single week through our food, our water, and even the air we breathe. One study found plastic particles in 100% of human lung samples. Nobody's safe from overexposure. It gets worse. These plastics just don't sit in your body. They cross the gut lining, they leach into your blood, and disrupt everything. They've been shown to alter gut bacteria, suppress your immune response, and increase your risk for neurodegenerative disease, metabolic disorders, and cancer. Some plastic toxins like BPA and phthalates mimic hormones, interfere with fertility, and damage DNA. Even if you eat clean or avoid packaged foods, you're still being exposed. You can't opt out. But your gut can help you fight back. Kimchi One from Brightcore Nutrition is a potent ally in this toxic world. It's packed with over 900 probiotic strains unique to kimchi and proven to break down BPA, helping you detox from the inside out. It doesn't just support digestion, it helps protect your cells, your brain, your hormones, and your future. Your body was never designed to handle plastic, but your gut was designed to protect you. You just have to give it the right tools. Right now, you can get 25% off with my code Dore, D-O-R-E, at the link below. For an even better deal, call my friends at Brightcore and get up to 50% off and free shipping. The number, 888-253-0418. Come see me on tour in Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Appleton, Wisconsin, Rosemont, Illinois, Chicago, Louisville, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Hermosa Beach, Sacramento, San Francisco. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.